And a very pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to this week's edition of Landscape Smart, brought to you by Rademann Stone and Landscape Company. Lines are open, 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450. If you choose to do it via email, if you're bashful, kfizstudio@gmail.com will work. We will get it in, and our esteemed panel of experts will get your questions answered. And with that thought in mind, let us introduce this esteemed panel, beginning with the one and only Ron Rademann.
I don't know about the esteemed part, but...
Well, it's either esteemed or steamed. I'm not sure which it was.
Yeah. It is kind of steamy out.
Yeah,
it is.
Almost like Indian summer.
Almost like Indian summer, yeah. It's a little early for Indian summer. I think it's still summer. It's
Yeah,
the
probably.
new summer.
Yeah, the new elongated version.
The new elongated version of summer,
Yeah.
yes.
And snickering in the background there is Master Gardener Carol. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you as always.
I was snickering because the other day after, we had this 2 or 3 weeks of cool and, I thought maybe the heat was over, but not so much. But there was someone on the radio talking about how your grapes do not come out really well or do, so they were really worried about the wine business for the fall. So I'm glad they'll get their 2 weeks or 3 of 80 here. So
Makes you
it was
sound
something I never thought about before.
Makes you sound like a wine drinker.
No, I'm not, but at all. But I just thought, well, if those poor people need to get their wine done, that's good for them.
Absolutely.
So we'll just live with it, right?
Couple of quick reminders. We can only take one call at a time. So if somebody's on the air, on the phone, I can't answer another call. So just let it keep ringing, okay? Number 2, Ron, you can talk about the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can, if you can't listen to the whole show and you want to find out what happened in the last part of the show, you can go on YouTube and watch us or listen to us, whatever you prefer. So,
Yeah, watching could be dicey.
Yeah. But anyway, just go to Landscape Smart 25 and you'll find us this week's episode or past week's episodes.
Except for last week.
Except for last week, you won't find. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulties last week, so.
But they're resolved.
So.
Okay, and informational item number 3, are you open today?
And Rademann's is open today, sure. Probably busy with this nice weather, everybody kind of taking advantage. Although it sounds like it's going to be nice all this coming week yet and even into next weekend. So maybe some people will procrastinate and wait and get their work done later in the week too.
Yeah, well, Badgers at 11, so you never know.
So, yeah, well, it might be a short game.
Yeah.
We'll see once.
We'll see. We shall see.
You just never know.
We'll know by about 3.
Yeah, or 2.
Or 2 even.
You might know by noon.
923-1450. Lines are open. KFIZstudio@gmail.com. Available to you as well. We did have a question come in via email earlier this morning, which I printed out, and Carol has it.
Yes. So someone wants to know how to get your orchid to reflower. I'm a 1 in 3 on this. I have had 3 orchids. I had 2 before that I could never get to rebloom. There are people who swear by putting an ice cube on the dirt next to the bottom of the orchid and watering it in that way. I don't know if they feel they're more precise in the watering that way. I just try to remember once every 2, I do it about every 10 days. I just put that maybe 3 tablespoons of water down at the bottom of it, and away it goes. I have one now that has rebloomed. This will be its 4th time if it comes. Well, I've had it bloom 4 times. I got it. I've had it rebloom 3 times since then. I have no idea why this one worked and the rest don't. But the people that swear about the ice cubes, I'm not sure about that either because I've tried it, but it makes no sense to me. I always think It's a tropical plant. It shouldn't get its feet so cold, is what I think. So I don't know.
And I can't help but think there's better use for ice.
Yes. So that's my whole knowledge on an orchid. Yes.
All righty. Well, hope Pam got...
They're beautiful when they do bloom.
Oh,
They are gorgeous, and they last a long time.
Hope
Like
that helped
months and
Pam.
months. Yes.
Anyhow, that's how it works.
That's-
KFIZ Studio at gmail.com comes in, and these guys will answer your questions for you. Or call in 923-1450. Call in early, because then we can get full answers to you. If call
I
in
think
at-
the ice cube just is a slower, steadier way of watering.
Right.
I don't know that. I mean, by the time the ice melts, it's not really
cold.
cold enough anyway to matter much. But it does offer a slower, steadier watering than.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Let's grab a call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hello there.
I just want to say I have orchids, and they bloom. I do not use the ice trick. I go along with Carol, who said they're a tropical plant. Does it rain ice cubes, or do they get ice cubes in the tropics? No. So what I do is I put the pot with the orchid in. It's in a decorative pot. But I take them out and I soak them once a week. I put them in water to cover the medium that's in the pot, and let it set for between 5 to 10 minutes, and take it out, let it drain, and then during the week I spritz them just with some basic water, like it's raining or misting outside, and I use by Miracle Grow, an orchid plant food mist. So today, after I water them, I mist the plant. Now, I've gotten 4 orchids to rebloom. There's another thing I've read online. You can go online and find things, but you can also do a thing with you take raw rice and you soak it in water, and then you there's a proportion, which I don't know off the top of my head, and you can then you would soak, like what I do with regular water, you soak it in that rice water. That's one. Some people do things with garlic, that you take a little bit of garlic powder and water, and I've not done that because I don't want things smelling like garlic. But anyway, yeah, I think that. And then I just read a thing about how some plants, they need to get they need it cold to get them to bloom. So because I have a couple that have never bloomed, but I'm thinking that we'll see what happens now, because I've had them about 2 years, that what happens when it gets cold outside, to get cooler outside, they were saying. Mm-hmm. That certain plants, there's different, and we don't know that. We don't know what, we just see the plant in the store. We don't know what variety it is from that level. So maybe the cold weather outside will get it to force a bloom, in a sense. So that's.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
it's way more than I know about orchids. Yes.
And educational.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. My one orchid has 12 blooms on it.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're as big as, probably, they're quite large. They're quite. I should take a picture and send it in.
You should.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. Okay.
KFIZ Studio at gmail.com.
There you go.
All righty. Thanks for the call, and we'll keep our eye out for the pictures.
I'm going to water. I'm going to start watering my orchids right now. I'm going to put them in the water. That's Saturday morning's process. Water the orchids.
All righty. Save the garlic for the pizza.
Yeah, that's right. No, exactly. Exactly.
Thanks for the call. Take care. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. I'm calling in to let the listeners know that next weekend there's going to be an African Violet show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And that's going to be Saturday from 10 to 4 and Sunday from 11 to 3. And it will be held at St. Jude, the Apostle Church Hall, which is 531 Knapp Street, which is spelled Knapp. And if they have any questions, they can contact me at 920-426-3764.
All righty. Good luck with your sale.
What are the hours for that next Saturday?
On Saturday, it will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sunday will be 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
All righty. Good luck with it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing. 923-1450. Lines are now open. Somebody else was trying to get in and gave up, so give us a call back. In the meantime, though, we need to move into break number 1.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. We've got a busy morning already. So Rademann's, again, is open this morning, and you can still get a delivery if you feel like working on a nice fall day. You can give us a call at 920-922-76, or otherwise stop out and get a plan going for next week, next month, next year. Just 3 miles south of Fond du Lac, east on County B.
KFIZ News Time 824, Landscape Smart, brought to you by Rademann Stone and Landscape Company. Lines are open, 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450. If you want to email, it's kfizstudio@gmail.com. Got a quick caller? Let's dive to the phones. Good morning.
Good morning. I would like to ask Ron a question. I've got some spirea plants on the south side of the house, and they're done flowering now. Is it okay to cut them tips off, and then a person always can kind of trim them out too, because they're getting kind of bushy? And like you said too, take some of the bigger stuff right down to the ground, and then let like maybe 6 or 10 inches like in the middle or whatever, or however you want to try to shape it.
Yeah, I would wait on that now. You want to wait about a month until we get into early October. There's only one time a year where you really shouldn't be doing any trimming, and we're kind of right in the middle of that time right now. So whether it's spirea or boxwood or yews or anything, don't do any trimming right now. Whenever you trim, you're encouraging new growth 2 or 3 weeks down the road. And the last thing we want to do is encourage new growth into October. We want the plants to be shutting down.
Right.
So just wait it out. They won't grow anymore this year. They won't get any worse. They won't get any better.
Right.
Just kind of grin and bear it, and then just wait it out. And then once we get about another month, somewhere is around the 10th of October, 15th of October, then you could go ahead and trim them.
Okay. Then you can cut the tops off and then trim down however you want to do it.
Right. Go ahead and trim them as hard as what you want at that time of year. Because at that point in time, they're not going to start regrowing 3 weeks from now. That would mean they'd have to start growing in November.
Right.
And they aren't going to do that no matter how much you push them. Because by then it's too cold, and we're getting freezing temperatures overnight.
Okay, well, I'm glad I called.
So go ahead and put that project on the back burner for about another month.
Sure. Okay, fine, thanks. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too, and we appreciate the call. Lines are now open, 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450. And we've got a couple of emailed questions, one with a picture. So you guys take your choice. I printed them out for you.
I could do the hydrangea one, I think.
Okay.
Somebody asked, any tips on cutting hydrangea blooms and drying for the winter? I wait a little bit longer than now because, they're still so pretty outside. So you want to enjoy them outside. As they start to look a little more dried up, the blossoms, I bring them in. She asked about cutting off the leaves on the stems. Yes, I take those off. I put them in a bucket in the basement most of the times. Try to keep them separated. I did the first year, I stuffed them all into a vase, but then they got almost mildewy on the edges where they were together, touching each other. So I put them in a bucket and have them totally separated. I keep the stem long because you want that choice of, how they're going to look when you do put them in a vase after a while. And that's all there really is to it. So enjoy them outside for a while and then bring them in later.
Okay, hopefully that answered the question.
I hope so.
Yeah, and the leaves will just dry up and shrivel up anyway,
Right.
so it doesn't do you any good to try and save any leaves.
No, I take those off right away.
Perfect.
Yep.
And the other question?
Well, let's see what it says. They sent a picture of a butterfly bush, and it says, when should I cut down my butterfly bush? In fall or question mark, also when do I cut down ornamental grasses? Well, I like to leave all of these intact here yet at this time of year. What the butterfly bush and the grasses for that matter, if they can kind of catch some of the snow, it gives them some winter protection. And they also look nice. Again, the butterfly bush and the grasses, the plumes of grass, you have the advantage of the flower tips, let's just say. They're all winter long, and they're going to dry up, but at least you have some winter interest, and some is always better than nothing. And so I like to leave the grasses go until spring and then cut them off. You want to cut them off pretty early, though, in spring, towards the end of March, first part of April, right as they're starting to grow. And so wait until then. And as far as the butterfly bush goes, there I would just, again, let that go too. If it can kind of catch some of the winter snow, that helps it. And, if we do get snow and if we don't get snow, well, it is what it is then. But, yeah, butterfly bush are a little borderline hardy, so anything you can do to help those get through the winter, the better. You could pile leaves around it, put mulch around it, anything that would kind of help catch some of that snow. So, anything to keep the crown from freezing and thawing is really what damages most winter plants. Is like last winter we lost a lot of the grasses, and the ones that were cut down were the ones that were the worst, because those were the ones that froze and thawed, and they were freezing and thawing all January and February and March, because we kept getting down below freezing for a few days and then up into the 30s and 40s, and so they were freezing and thawing, and that's what ended up killing them off. So if you leave them up, and then it just helps protect them. So
yeah, I noticed that with my grasses, and in a couple of clumps, it seemed like about half of them.
Half of the clump died.
Yeah, but they started to come back
along the edges.
And it filled back in, which was nice. I didn't want to start over.
Yeah, and that's all fine too. That's just kind of the way ornamental grasses are.
Nature.
Yeah. And some of them, some of them are tougher than others. Some of your ornamental grasses are zone 4, some are zone 5. And of course, the ones that are zone 5 are the ones that are a little more vulnerable to this freezing and thawing. So those are the ones especially you want to keep them up and let them catch some of that snow, that if we do get some snow.
Yeah. It's debatable these years. But
it does even protect them from the freezing and thawing. Even just the blades of grass help them out. So.
And they look nice during winter, like you mentioned.
Sure.
You got something at least.
Yep. Yeah.
And how do you cut them down in springtime at the first appearance of green, or do you cut them down before the first appearance of green? What do you recommend?
Yeah, well, right when they're starting to grow, which is usually right around the 1st of April.
So as soon as you see some green.
As soon as you start seeing green, if you start seeing green, then go for it, yeah.
And hack them.
And get them right down, to the bottom couple 3 inches.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to double check so that.
So we got a ways to think about there.
Yeah, no kidding. Now we got a challenge of remembering that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, we'll be talking about it at that time.
Absolutely. We're back.
We should be back. Yeah.
923-1450. Lines are open. KFIZ studio at gmail.com is available to you. As you've seen several times this morning, the email questioning works really, really well. So what else you got? It's, late summer, early fall.
Well, keep watering. That little bit of rain we got overnight didn't really do us much good. Might kind of help the grass a little bit, but it's drier out right now than what it was at any point in time this whole summer.
Yeah. This is the brownest my lawn has been all summer.
And the last thing you really want to be doing is letting your trees and shrubs going into winter stressed out. So it wouldn't hurt to get out there and do a little watering here over the weekend. And it's, with temperatures in the 80s coming up for this whole coming week, and that keeps them growing, keeps them healthy. The root systems are still, even though the tops aren't growing on evergreens or any other plants really at this time of year, the root systems do grow. So if you planted a new tree recently, here at any point in time this summer, go ahead and water it. And like I said, we're actually irrigating right now and doing more watering now than what we were back in May and June and July because it's been dry. So.
Okay.
How about those that are trying to start grass?
Well, and if you planted grass, you definitely are going to have to be watering because you get the benefit of it also being here into the 80s. The ground temperatures are warm and it'll germinate faster and grow quicker, and so it's a good time, still a good time to plant grass, especially with the temperatures that were forecasted here for the next 10 days again now. Mm-hmm. And we got 80s for the next 5 or 6 days, but then we got 70s for the next 5 or 6 days after that. So we got nice September temperatures pretty much through the whole month of September. I didn't look into October here yet, but it looks like September is going to hold together real well. So a great time to do, to get some seeding done yet.
Okay, I got a bell pepper question.
A bell pepper question. Okay.
Planted red and planted yellow. I've got a beautiful crop of green. Are they going to change colors yet? They're beautiful peppers, but they're not doing anything to change into the color that I thought I bought, because that's what the tag said.
Oh, well, maybe you got mistagged. Some of those do change from green and get to be a little more red, but the way they do them now, years ago, green peppers were green peppers, and now they make them, do all these different colors.
Green peppers aren't green anymore.
No, not necessarily. I had the same thing happen. I bought some peppers, not at the sale, but I started them from seed. Mm-hmm. And they're not green at all. They're almost black on the outside. I have never seen that before. I don't know where they came from. I went back and I looked at the package, and they looked really green on the seed packet. So peppers I think they can do some weird things, and I think a lot of people really like the colors like you were looking for.
Well, they're sweeter, I think.
Because I think if they do change, why don't you let a few of them on and see if
they're
still
all on
will.
yet.
They're
I was
all
wondering
still on yet.
if I should pick them.
Well, you
so
can
what
pick
color are they right now, Jerry?
They're green.
Bright green.
Yes.
They look more Irish than St. Patrick.
So if you want to eat them, you can eat them because they're going to taste almost the same. I think that the red and the yellow has a milder taste after a little while, and I think people are looking for that too. But
so a green
I'm not sure.
red pepper is going to be sweeter than a green pepper?
Maybe not, but you think it is because they're so pretty. Yes. No, I had trouble with that this year too.
Test.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
no
have to do the
kidding.
blind test. Yes.
All right, I'm going to let them hang.
You're going to let them hang, okay.
We'll see what happens.
Watch.
Somebody that's colorblind, we have to see if they can tell the difference between.
Yeah, the taste at least.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch the green ones if they're not turning for quite some time because they might start getting soft, and then you don't want that either. You don't want to lose them. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
keep
See
an
what
eye
they
on
do.
them.
Yeah.
I'm out there checking tomatoes anyway. I can walk
Yep.
10 steps further and check peppers.
So how were your tomatoes this year?
They're growing beautifully yet.
Do you have nice big ones?
No, a lot of small ones this year.
That is universal as far as I've talked to people too. I have a table full of them out on the porch right now that need to have something done to them, and none of them are, I don't know, what would that be? 3 inches around, even if it is? I don't know.
If you're a male,
They're
that's
just
about 2 inches.
They're very, very small. I've not talked to many people, master gardeners or otherwise, that have lovely big tomatoes this year.
Just like when you're pan fishing and you get something that's not as big as you like, you say it's good eating size. That's what I'm calling the tomatoes.
Yeah, okay.
Good eating size.
Well,
Yes.
I like that kind of 2 or 2.5 inch size because I eat my tomatoes like an apple.
I do too.
And
I do too.
And that way you can kind
Much
of
easier.
You can get,
bite
oh,
them.
then
You can get a little better bite out of them that way.
And not get a messy shirt and pants.
Right.
Right.
923-1450. Lines are open for you. Give us a holler if you got a question, and we'll move into our next break while we are considering your phone call.
All right. That sounds like a good idea. So, as we said earlier, Rademann's is open today. You can still give us a call and get a delivery yet for today, or otherwise stop on out. Phone number 920-922-7612, or stop on out. We're just 3 miles south of Fond du Lac, 5 miles north of Elmira.
And we are back. Landscape Smart, brought to you by Rademann Stone and Landscape Company, 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450, KFIZ studio at gmail.com, and we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning. I have 2 hydrangeas that have been in the flower pot all summer long, and I waited till fall to plant them, and is now a good time to plant them. And do you have any tips for me to get them going strong for the winter? And also, I have another one that is very small, yet it's only a couple, maybe a foot high, that is planted underneath another hydrangea plant. Is that a good time, or is that too big to dig out and transplant another place?
Well, I would say now is a great time to plant them because, the tops are pretty well done growing.
They're still in blossom yet.
But they are still blossoming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the roots, the ground temperatures are still warm enough. So, if you plant them now, they'll get rooted in. And they'll actually do better in the ground than they will if you leave them in a pot. And they'll do better if you plant them now than it would if you'd plant them in a week or two. So go ahead and get them replanted, get them out of the pot, get them into the ground as soon as possible.
And is there something that I can do to help them come out, or if I should give them some fertilizer or and how close apart do I need to plant them?
Well, you want to probably give them at least 3 feet of room because they're gonna probably get 3 feet across. Now I don't know which variety you have, but for the most part, you're going to want to give them at least 3 or maybe even 4 feet of room, so that they have enough room to grow and do well. And
can I dig that one out now? The one that is in the ground, can I dig it out? And because it's right underneath Rose of Sharon, and I didn't think that Rose of Sharon was going to get that big, but my Rose of Sharon is probably 8 feet tall.
Well, it might be better to wait a couple weeks before you dig one out. As far as planting, now's a good time to plant, but we're a little early as far as digging. So I think I would wait until the end of the month. Wait another 2 or 3 weeks before I would dig one out and then replant it. Because it's probably still growing, and it would probably shrivel up and dry up if you try to transplant it right now. And if it does that in October, well, that doesn't really matter. So, and then when you do dig it up, cut it back to, 6 or 8 inches.
That's my grandkids.
Well, good. They're having fun with Grandma.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Sure. Nope. Good timely call. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great time to plant, but it's a little bit too early to dig out, to transplant yet. So,
All right. Very timely call.
Yes.
so,
And lines are now open for your call. 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450. And again, email is kfizstudio@gmail.com.
one thing I got a couple emails, pictures, texted pictures, text calls. If we don't have a call, I can.
We don't.
Okay. This week, and it was concerning arborvitae. And arborvitae typically kind of molt, let's just say at this time of year. Their inside needles, their inside growth kind of turns brown. And so don't panic. That's just kind of a natural. Now, it wouldn't hurt it still would be good to water your arborvitaes, because with this dry weather, it would definitely help to water them. But one problem won't solve the other. So, by watering them, you're not going to be able to get those inside needles to turn brown. They're just going to turn brown and kind of yellowish brown, or they'll turn yellow initially and then turn brown. But it's as long as it's the inside of the arborvitae, there's nothing to worry about. If it's the outside tips, then you've got a lot to worry about. But that inside, that's just kind of the way they always do it. And they always do it here in the middle of September. So, and of course, it's magnified when we have warmer, drier weather. So go ahead and water them. You should still be watering them, but that isn't going to stop the problem. They're still going to turn yellow, turn brown, and those inside needles will still turn yellow, then turn brown, and then they'll drop. It'll actually, the plant will look better in about 3 weeks once those brown out and drop. Then you won't see them. But right now, I had three people send me pictures and call me this week on that, so I know it's happening. And I didn't look at my arborvitaes at home to see if it's happening to mine. I wasn't out in that part of my yard. But I imagine mine are doing the same thing. So,
Again, nature. Nature doing it.
So nothing to worry about, but it still wouldn't hurt to water them.
Step 4. We were talking about lawns before. Is that something we're not ready to do yet?
Step 4, we're way too early. You could
That's
be on
the
step
winterizer,
3.
right?
Yeah, step 3. You could do step 3 right now. Anytime in September, step 3. And there probably the sooner the better, especially with this nice weather, And of course, if you would have put your step 3 down yesterday, it would have been ideal with that little rain that we got overnight.
Yeah, because there's nothing in the forecast till 30% Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, well, that's good. It can hold off.
Yeah.
So
Give everybody a chance to
get your step 3 down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth taking a day off from work.
I like that idea.
My lawn is sick.
It's
See
sick,
if that
I have to
works
say.
see if that works with the boss.
Yes,
Yeah.
my lawn is sick. I like that.
923-1450. Lines are open for you. If you got a question, give a shout, because we've only got about 11 minutes left of the program, and now's the time to call if you want an answer.
Yes. And like we said earlier, if you're tuning in late, you can listen to the beginning of the show. Just go on YouTube and search for Landscape Smart. Or you can go on KFIZ On Demand, too, and
Get it
listen
there.
on KFIZ On Demand, and you can watch on YouTube 25, Landscape Smart 25.
There you go. What do the master gardeners do all winter? Work on indoor plants, or do you plan for next year? Or what? I mean, as a gardener, it seems so seasonal. I've always wanted to ask that, and I never did.
Because it's all about planning in the winter, that's for sure, to get, stuff together and do that. Yeah. And they have lots of master gardeners have tons of inside flowers. And then they're propagating down in the basement
For next season.
for the next season. And I
the
start my
sale.
seeds. I start some seeds already in January, because there are herbs in that are really, really slow growing, like rosemary and such. And so there's all sorts of things to do. Yes, you're hardly cleaned up from the year before, and then you're starting again. Yes.
Except you're warmer. You're inside.
You're inside, yes.
All righty, let's
I
take...
have a lovely setup in the basement with lights.
That's
so.
good. Grow lights or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a quick call before we take our break. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Been listening, and a couple observations that I found over the year as far as helping some plants make it through winter or come back good next spring. Grasses, I've always found that grasses and anything with a hollow stem, I like to trim those in spring, even like sedum, because the moisture seems, in my opinion, gets down into that stem and goes down toward the root and possibly freezes the root in winter. It might cause some damage or even rot before winter. Also, as far as mums, a lot of people are buying mums, which are beautiful. I love mums, and then they wonder why their mums don't grow again when they plant them. Well, I think when you buy a mum, very shortly after you buy it, you should really plant it to help it get rooted in for the next spring. Otherwise, if you wait till late October, November and plant it, odds are it isn't going to be rooted in enough to come back next year.
Well, that's a good point, and that just kind of takes us right back where, like we said, the ground temperatures are warm enough right now, so if you plant that hardy mum now, it gets a chance to root in, whereas if you wait another 2-3 weeks, then the ground temperatures are cold and it won't root in as well as it will if you plant it right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've had pretty good success with rooting a lot of the mums. You can even make cuttings next spring if they get going early enough. You can make your own cuttings in some of those and get them to grow yourself.
Uh-huh. I never made the correlation between the hollow stems. That's an interesting observation. Like you said, with the grasses and the sedums and. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you.
Marty,
Thank you.
sure. Thanks for sharing. We appreciate that. And with that thought in mind, now we will take our final break.
Yeah, well, we're zipping right by here this morning.
Flying.
So, again, Rademann's open today. We're just 3 miles south of Fond du Lac, and the easiest way is to work your way over to Highway 41, and then if you exit off at County B, which is about 3 miles south of Fond du Lac, you just go... We're right there at the crest of the hill, just about a quarter mile down from 41. So...
And we have returned the final few moments of this week's edition of Landscape Smart, brought to you by Rademann Stone and Landscape Company. If you got a question, now is the proper time to call in because you've still got a few minutes to get it answered for you. 923-1450, 1-888-900-1450. Choosing email, kfizstudio@gmail.com. So, Rademann's open today. You still have pretty good sources of supplies, grass seeds and stuff, because we're talking about that.
Yeah,
well,
lot. We reorder as needed, but for the most part...
it's getting late.
Yeah. But, we won't reorder grass seed in November, then we'll wait until spring.
Get her fresh.
For the most part, yeah. Of course, seed, grass seed is available in November. It doesn't... that's when grass seeds seed.
Okay.
Seed, yes.
You can't get grass seed in spring, let's put it that way. Grass doesn't put seeds on in spring, it puts seeds on in the fall.
It properly attires itself in fall.
So,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay.
That may be a little bit more information than what we
Needed.
but yeah, the fresh crop of grass seed is in the fall, not in the spring.
Which makes it good for us that want to plant in spring because it's there.
Right.
But you still have some available because, we're talking about getting these patching jobs done pronto.
Yeah, and you want to do it pronto too. Right now is the ideal time actually was a couple weeks ago, but the second best time is this week. And the third best time will be in a couple weeks, and it'll be too late.
The fourth best time doesn't exist.
Right, there is no. So get it done now while you can, yeah. And if you get your seed planted now and watered a couple times, and with these 80-degree temperatures, and it still doesn't dry out like it does in the spring because, we have exactly 12 hours of sunlight at this time of year, literally. So it's not like we have, 18, 19 hours of daylight like we do in June. So it doesn't dry out quite as quick as what it does in the summertime. So you have plenty, but you still have plenty of time. And the overnight lows, like you said, 59, 60 degrees. That's not bad.
No, this time of year, I mean, it's unusual. Well, maybe it's becoming the norm, but in olden days, it was a lot chillier
at night. Yeah,
mid to late September than it.
But yeah, with the overnight lows only around 60, this coming week, that
bodes
ground
well.
temperatures don't drop much if it's 80 during the day and 60 at night. So they stay at the very least they stay at 60,
which is good for us.
Perfect.
That still have some patchwork to do. Got some of it done. Don't have all of it done. Scheduling. Sometimes you want to do something and you just don't have the time to get to it, so you do it as you can.
As you can. Yes.
So, which is the story
I have
of
a
gardening.
patch I'm trying to start too. It's not like a little patch in the middle of grass. It's, a patch that I want to fill in that was mulch before, and so I'm anxious too to see. I'll water it when I get home.
Oh, there you go. I'll be doing some watering this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, don't forget about that. With these temperatures, into the 80s, it's especially evergreens. It's not good to let them go into winter stressed, or your hydrangeas for that matter. Anything that's a little borderline hardy, make sure it's in good health going into winter.
All righty, we've run out of time.
Oh my, we had lots of calls, lots of things.
Yeah,
there's one coming in now, but we can't take it. We're out of time.
Yeah, that one won't work. That one will have to wait till next week. So again, Rademann's open till noon today, Monday through Friday till 4:30. We're just 3 miles south of Fond du Lac, east on County B, about a quarter mile, or give us a call, 920-922-7612.
All righty, our thanks to Master Gardener Carol. Our thanks always to Ron Rademann. Our thanks to you for your calls.